I know what I wanted to start the vlog off by telling you. I announced the new Mare Reads book club pick last night. We did a Facebook Live in the group. If you're not a part of the Marathoner Facebook group and you'd like to be, there's a link down below. We are going to be reading Maybe You Should Talk to Someone by Lori Gottlieb. I just finished listening to it on recommendation from one of you, and so thank you, Lindsay, and it was so good. It's written by a therapist, so it's about her clients, but it's also about her time in therapy and just like about therapy in general, but it reads like chick lit or like a romantic comedy. Not even a romantic comedy because there's not really any romance in it, but has that vibe to it. So it's so well written. I found it really entertaining and I listened to it. It's not read by the author, but the narrator was good. Anyway, that is the new Mare Reads book club pick. I'll link it down below. Maybe You Should Talk to Someone, and we'll probably meet like early November to chat about it. Okay, gonna go take Thomas's vitamins, brush his teeth, and get him ready for this Friday. Ooh, mood lighting. Now we're back home. Did a bunch of work this morning and it's noon. Got my furnace serviced. I don't know if I told you that already. Ideal Energy came and serviced my furnace. If you've been a marathoner for a while, they were the same ones who came to my house on Christmas Eve 2 years ago and saved me as I was sobbing because the furnace was just turning on and off, on and off, on and off, and I was terrified. It was my first Christmas as a widow and it was awful, and they saved me, and so ever since then they're my go-to for all things energy, furnace, etc. And I try and tell you as many times as possible because they're so lovely. Anyways, he came, checked it out. Furnace looks good, he said. Still plenty of years in her. And I changed the filter. Also, he changed the batteries in my thermostat, which, TBH, I'm like 99% sure that's never happened, and I've lived in this house for 11 years. So another like fun fact with Mare, check your batteries in your thermostat. I didn't know that was a thing. Anyway, I'm gonna make lunch and it's looking sort of sparse down there. This is a little freezer tour, fridge tour, not much going on. I don't know what I'm gonna make. It's Friday, so normally by now I'm like, what am I gonna cook with the things I have? I know I'm making vegan tacos tonight, or burritos, and I'll show you that tonight. So I'm not really sure. I do have some tofu. This is my favorite tofu. It's the smoked one. So it's got a little bit of flavor to it. You can put this in like a salad or a stir fry or whatever, and you don't need to like doctor it up. We're just gonna step back and look. A lot of you like say very nice things about my meals. I basically just take whatever is in my fridge and try and figure something out. I like to have the basics, but I don't have that today. I mean, I have salad. Am I gonna have a salad? Do we wanna have a salad on a Friday? It's also raining. It's been raining for days. I want something like cozy and comforting. Soup would be good, but I finished that last night. This is how things go. Anyone else like this? I have these. They are the Gardein meat-free barbecue wings, but I think a certain someone will be annoyed if I eat those without him. Do you have some edamame? Okay, BRB, I'm gonna try and concoct something. See, when it's lunchtime, I like a leftover because A, I don't like to waste time, and B, I'm hungry. I'll see what I can come up with. There's lunch, everybody. In here is a bed of Swiss chard from my mom's garden, some, what else do we have? A red pepper, some baby tomatoes, that tofu, some peanuts, 2 baby cucumbers, some green onion, and some red onion. And then for the sauce, I have like a little bit of this like leftover peanut sauce because I made salad wraps. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that the other night. But because it's super thick, I'm gonna try and cut it with, why aren't I just holding the camera? This Little Creek Okanagan's Original. This is my favorite salad dressing, but I'd like to use this up. Another way I could thicken it would be just with water. So I might do that. And then we're gonna eat. just poured myself a cup of coffee and microwaved it, as you do at, you know, 1:45 on a Friday. Lunch was good. Not super satisfying because it was yet another salad, but I digress. I was just about to put on my headphones, which, another digression, side note, these are my favorite Bluetooth headphones. I got them on Amazon and they're super cheap. I'll link them below. They're the Bluetooth turbines. They last forever. The sound's really good. I've had these for probably 3 years. They fold up if you want to put them in your bag. Only thing I will say is they're not great for the old volume in the hair, but they're wonderful. I also got the earbud ones that have like the cord around the back that are Bluetooth by Bluetooth, and don't like them at all. These are great. Anyway, so I was just about to put these on and do a task that's been on my to-do list, but I thought I would tell you about it before I do it. And then this will kind of be, I think, the theme for today's video. Something that I've wanted to talk about, but I never have. And today I feel ready. So something that no one really talks about in losing a loved one and in grief is all of their stuff. I think I talk about this a bit in the book, but I still have a lot of Jeremy's stuff. Part of it is sentimental and I'll keep it, especially for Thomas. Like I have his suit that I hope Thomas will wear one day, like maybe when he graduates high school. And I have some sentimental things, but a lot of it is just stuff that I had to come to terms with. Getting rid of it is not disrespectful, and it says nothing about my memory of Jeremy or Thomas's relationship to him. It's just the facts that there's a lot of stuff. So initially when he passed away, like that first, like pretty soon after, I had some friends help me, like, you know, put all of his clothes away and sort of the day-to-day stuff that for me I just couldn't bear to look at. But I kept his clothes for a year. It was only last year that I took all 9 garbage bags to the thrift store. Anyway, so I kind of did a first round of stuff that I needed to get rid of or I needed to put away initially just for my own like heart. But now I feel the energy and the peace and the time has passed to get rid of some more stuff. So coincidentally, we're having a complex-wide garage sale tomorrow, and they've done this before and I've just totally ignored it, but this one for some reason felt like good timing. So last weekend I went through my storage room and went through everything and took tons of stuff out, which now my task is to bring it upstairs so that tomorrow morning I can just put it out front. I've already taken multiple trips to like the dump and the thrift store. You know, I sold most of his like CDs, and his family took a bunch of stuff. His friends came and took a bunch of stuff. I was like, take whatever you want, you know. But now it's just down to that stuff. And it makes me so uncomfortable to talk about it, and it makes me so uncomfortable to deal with it. So that gives me a pause and makes me realize that it's probably good to talk about, because I'm sure many of you have felt the same way. Like last Friday, I took his snowboard and his snowboard boots to a ski swap to sell, and I was so self-conscious and so uncomfortable. And of course, like one of his friends just happened to be there, and then I don't know, I just feel, I feel very self-conscious, and I feel a bit angry that I have to deal with this kind of thing. And then I feel bad about feeling angry, you know, it's like a whole thing. Anyways, then I saw that friend later in the day, and he had like, there was no judgment. He was like, yeah, I'm sure that's really hard for you. It's time. You know, everyone is so great about it. And my friends were just really supportive, the ones who I was like texting in a panic saying, of course it's hard, but you know, it's not like you're doing this and it's only been a week. It's been over 2 years. So there's just this weird, yeah, like self-conscious feeling, I think, of getting rid of stuff or selling stuff or whatever it is. And I just wanted to talk about it because I find if I talk about it, it helps me, and then I know that some of you have had to deal with it too. Like I remember my mom having to go through all of my dad's stuff, and we had like a 3-bay garage and a massive house and a swimming pool. Like I can't even imagine what my mom had to do. So I've kept a lot of it just in the storage room because it was totally out of sight, out of mind. But with this garage sale coming up, I felt a shift and like, okay, I'm ready to do it. And it was really nice. Like both my mom and my sister messaged me and said like, you know, that it must have been really hard. And it was, and it is, but it's time. And like I said, it's just stuff. I'm not getting rid of everything, but some of it is just like, I don't need it. I'm getting rid of all our camping stuff because I will never tent. I haven't in probably 7 years anyway. Like Thomas's high chair, the baby gate, the pack and play. We don't need these things in the basement anymore. She's not having any more babies. Spoiler alert. That is not happening. So I'm gonna bring everything upstairs. I'm not gonna price it out. Tomorrow it's just basically gonna be like, would you like this? How much would you like to pay for it? You know, I'm not that particular. I'm not in it to make money. I'm in it to give myself some peace and some grace in doing that. I had sold other things of his, and a lot of that money, pretty much all of it, I just donated to charity. I'm like I said, I'm not in this to make a buck. I'm in it to move forward. So if you had to do this, this is me hugging you. Hugs, because it sucks. But I'm gonna put on my headphones, I'm gonna put some music on, and I'm just gonna get to it. I'm gonna just count it as some steps, and here we go. I did it. Step 1, everything's upstairs. Whew. Oh my gosh, I didn't like it. It didn't feel great. And I just mean it didn't feel great, like, it's just hard. It's just hard. I know it will be cleansing. Like I just texted my girlfriend Shan and she was like, that's hard, but it'll feel good after. And like, is that just a metaphor for life? Always. It's hard, but it'll feel good once you've done the hard thing. Woo! I found a couple people who will take things that I didn't want to just put in the garage sale, like his golf clubs. I'm going to just pass on, which feels really good. And then a massive full Thomas the Train set that was gifted to us as a hand-me-down, and then I'm actually taking it to a marathoners today, so that feels really good. Honestly, any of this stuff I would just like give. But it's a process. Also, I just want to say I was listening to my music and I just have the songs on shuffle. 2 tracks came up that haven't come up ever. I'm pretty sure ever. And they are recordings that Jeremy did for our niece and nephew a really long time ago when they were little. They requested audiobook recordings by him that they still listen to sometimes, and it just came up on my phone. So I'm taking that as like, you're doing the right thing. It's hard, but you're doing the right thing. God, the universe, I tell you, the dang universe. She just gets me when I need her. If you're new to being someone who's lost someone. I don't know how to say that. A widow or whatever horrific loss you've gone through. And I only say this because I know so many of you find this channel because you have, and I'm grateful for that. What I did was I took everything out of sight initially that I needed to just cope with my heart and the initial, but I kept it in the storage room. So if you have a storage space, or you can even just like, if you have a friend who has a garage, if you like live in an apartment or something, or you don't have the space. I'm lucky to have an obnoxiously large workshop that has never been a workshop / storage room. I would recommend not throwing it out right away in like haste or anger or just upset and panic, because you might want it and you might not want it. Like most stuff I didn't want, but I'm glad that I gave myself the grace of like a year or now 2 years to make sure that, yes, this is the decision that I want to make. Lots of people say don't make any big decisions for a year after you lose someone or you get divorced or you go through a big breakup. And my therapist always said, like, just do you, like whatever feels right. But I definitely gave myself a good chunk of time when it came to like stuff. There's a nonprofit in town that employs adults with special needs, and they brought a truck, and I like dresser, bed, TV stand, coffee table, like lots of big pieces that I just didn't want in my house anymore that were really old anyway. I've talked in previous videos about how your space is really important to you, and I knew right away that I wanted this to be a really calm space. This hadn't been a calm space for a long time preceding Jeremy's passing away, and I knew for Thomas and I really wanted that to be, you know, to change that. So I think I've talked about house changes before, but I didn't get rid of anything big and substantial. Yeah, I've kept some stuff for Thomas. Like, I'm not gonna keep Jeremy's golf clubs for Thomas or like his snowboard. I mean, but his suit was important. I kept a tub of his clothes, like sweaters, that sort of thing in case Thomas ever wants them. Obviously tons of photo albums, and there's a really nice framed collage of photos in Thomas's room of his dad. Something that I will probably tackle this winter is our wedding rings, which again is something that you probably don't think about, but someone very special to me said, why don't you take all 3 of them and make one ring as like just a nice ring, because I have Jeremy's wedding ring and mine, and I haven't obviously worn them, but so I thought that was really special. So I will probably try and tackle that this winter, make it one piece, or maybe a necklace or something, maybe something for Thomas. Anyway, or not, I don't know. I'm not the expert. This is just my experience. And I know some people it takes a long time to get rid of stuff, and I know people who are very attached to things, it makes them feel very safe, and I've never been that way. So stuff isn't really important to me, like the things, I don't hold on to that as much. I hope this video is helpful for some of you. Basically just to say you're not alone, and to give yourself time, and it sucks, and that's okay that it sucks. You will come out the other side, and if it's too hard, just pause. Like, don't feel forced, don't feel like you have to. We're self-high-fiving. My camera battery died, so I'm showing this to you on my phone. This is the cauliflower crumble. You can find it at Safeway, you can find it at Nature's Fair. It's delicious. I added some taco seasoning to it, some red peppers, and some onion. Actually, this is what the meat itself looks like. Like, how much does that look like ground beef? It's cauliflower. It's amazing. I've had many a meat eater enjoy it. Then I've got Swiss chard from my mom's garden, some Daya cheese, an avocado, and some green onion. I'm gonna throw some salsa in there as well, little Newman's Own. And then I'm gonna explain there number 4, this vegan butter. And I've got my corn here, and my beautiful son. 3 minutes in the microwave. I just put it in the microwave like this. It comes out perfect. So I'm gonna do a little vegan butter, and then in here I have paprika and I have vegan parm. So I'm gonna make Mexican corn for the first time. We're gonna see how this goes. Okay, here it is. Like, look how legit that looks. It's just paprika, vegan butter, and a little bit of vegan parm. So this is my burrito. Little dinner. It doesn't look super fancy, but it's gonna be delicious. Well, good morning. It is the morning after the vlog before. I totally forgot to end the vlog last night, so I thought I would just do a little sign off. I hope that this video was helpful to you, relatable, and if it's something that you've never been through, maybe it'll just give you a little bit more insight into something that nobody really talks about. So that's it for this vlog. Lace up, subscribe, become a marathoner. Life's not a sprint, it's a marathon. If you have more grief-related videos or just any videos in general that you'd like me to film, single parent stuff, whatever it is, just let me know. But I feel good today. I feel good to have this stuff like out of the house, and just feels like another step in the process and the healing. So thanks for being a huge part of my healing. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon. Lace up, subscribe. Lace not a sprint, it's a marathon, and I'll see you in the next one.